Hey guys, welcome to the video. Salt here. Today we're going to be going over Steelpath Acolytes. We're doing a guide on Acolytes today. So just a little bit of a disclaimer about myself is I'm an LR4 with over 5,000 hours in the game, and my goal is to provide builds and guides for players that have an easier time in Warframe. So today we're doing the Acolyte guide. The reason we're doing it is because it was suggested by Toxic Sneeze. That's a pretty good name. I like it. We have the top commenter from the last video, Adam Fleming, the first commenter, Ty BG7KZ, and we have a helpful commenter from the last video, which is going to be Kurtak. Last video was about the Ignis Wraith, and Kurtak reminded us, we did two builds. We did kind of like the min-maxed one. I did a super amount of research on the min-maxed one, so I know that's appropriate. But the beginner one I just kind of threw together, and I forgot Serration for some reason. So Kurtak reminded us that we should really have Serration on the beginner build. And someone else reminded us that Argon Scope is a little bit harder to get than I had initially thought. I've just been at a high level for so long that I kind of forget like how hard or easy things are to get. And so you could always put Serration in the Argon Scope spot there. So, okay. Now, with Acolytes, there's going to be a few things that are always going to happen. So Acolytes are bosses that spawn on Steelpath. They drop Steel Essence when you kill them. They're always going to drop 2 Steel Essence. If you have a booster, boosters will affect the Steel Essence, and Smita also affects Steel Essence. So keep that in mind. If you want to do some Steel Essence farming, if you don't have money for a booster, that's fine, but make sure you're bringing a Smita with you, because Smita can be giving you more. Acolytes can also only have a max of 4 statuses on them, so they can't get like crazy like heat stacks or anything. So 4 max statuses, except for Impact. Impact weirdly can get 6 on Acolytes, but whatever. So anyway, Acolytes, they spawn in at 3 to 8 minutes on average. The average is probably going to be right in the middle of that, of course, so it's going to be like 5-ish minutes that you're going to see most of your Acolytes spawning. But you can get Acolytes as early as 3 and as late as 8 minutes in. And also, not only are they going to drop those 2 Steel Essences, but they can also drop, well, actually, they will also drop a basic Arcane. So that's going to be your things like Primary Deadhead, Primary Merciless, Secondary Deadhead, Secondary Merciless. I think the Dexterities are in there too. Like the basic Arcane. So that's a really good place to get them. Pretty much the only place to get them, actually. Okay, so we're going to be kind of talking to our agent out in the field. It's my twin, Other Salt. He's out in the field right now looking for Acolytes. And we're just kind of waiting for him to let us know when... Oh, we got one? Okay, we got one. So we're going to switch to him right now. Here we go. Hey guys, it's Salt again. We've just encountered a wild Mania. So let me go through my Pokedex here and see what Mania is going to be doing. It's Torment, Malice, Angst. Where's my Mania page? All right, Mania. Mania looks like she's going to be the love child of Zephyr and Loki. Weapon Mania is going to be using is the Lacera. That is a melee weapon. The abilities that Mania has is Switch Teleport from Loki. That's going to stun and switch places. So she's going to switch places with you and stun you. And she's going to be casting Turbulence, which is from Zephyr. And what Turbulence is it bounces projectiles off. It's like a little barrier that goes around you, and it bounces projectiles off. And also, kind of unique to Mania is her melee attacks are going to ragdoll Tennos. So she can be very dangerous in melee range. So Turbulence is going to make you want to melee her because you can't shoot her unless you have like super large AoE effect. So you're going to want to get into melee range, but she is also very dangerous in melee range. So let's try to poke Mania with a stick and see if we can get her to cast all those abilities there. So I'm going to try to shoot her here. Yep. See that Zephyr Shield? Okay. I think it's still up. It's still up. So you can see my ranged attacks aren't going through. Eventually that Zephyr Shield will come down. Let me see if it's down. Yeah, I'm doing damage to her again. I don't want to kill her, so I don't want to shoot her too much. But she'll put that Zephyr Shield back up. Let's oh, there she goes with the stagger. Oh, she's whooping my ass. She's staggering me over and over. So we got that. We got that down. Let me see if she has that Zephyr Shield. I think the Zephyr Shield is up because I don't see myself. I am doing damage to her. So it might have came down. Yeah, Zephyr Shield came down. Let's try to wait until that Zephyr Shield comes back up. There we go. See that? No damage, no damage, no damage. If I shoot the floor, I think the AoE might hit her. Yeah, the AoE will hit her if I shoot the floor. But if I try to shoot her, it's going to bounce off. But eventually it'll fall off. There we go. The Zephyr Shield's off. Okay, so Switch Teleport is the next thing we have to see for her to do. So let me kind of like go a little bit away from her and see if she Switch Teleports with me. Sometimes they're kind of dumb and they won't do their abilities. But Switch Teleport should be one of her abilities. Come on, switch me, Mania. For the video. For the video. Do I have to be closer, maybe? Maybe it's super short range she's got. Let's check out that crazy stagger she's got, though. Let's let her whoop our ass here. Oh, there we go. Look at that. And I think that'll even go through stagger immunity. So let me... I'm pretty sure it does, because I've played enough where I hate Mania because of it. Let me hit a life support here. Okay, so I'm going to cast my 3. That gives me immunity. I believe it's also stagger immunity, and I don't think it works with this. I think she can still whoop my ass and stagger me. Yep, there we go. So she can be very dangerous with that. For some reason, she's not casting her Switch Teleport. Maybe the Loki genes inside of her are just a little bit weaker than her Zephyr genes. So, yeah, we'll give her a little bit longer to cast Switch Teleport, and if she doesn't, it's okay.
Critical life support levels. Extraction is your best option.
Alright, I don't think she's going to cast it here, but Switch Teleport should be one of her abilities as well. So yeah, I'll see you guys on the next Pokemon we find. Or Acolyte, I should say. Alright. Wow, Salt. Wow, Salt. Truly amazing. Truly amazing work you're doing out there. So yeah, that was Mania. Mania frequently ruins my testing that I do every day with his Zephyr Shield. I hate him so much. Just because not only can you not shoot him, but you can't shoot through him and fight other trash. So if I'm trying to test something and he comes out, I almost always have to throw away that run. So it really sucks. So, oh, we got Salt out in the field again. We're going to go ahead and switch on over to him. Hey guys, Salt here again. We've encountered a wild Angst. So Angst is going to be the love child of Valkyr and Ash. For a weapon, Angst is actually going to use Hysteria Claws from Valkyr. So those are, I think that's Valkyr's legendary weapon or exalted weapon. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that those are. For abilities, Angst is going to use Sonic Scream, which slowly drains HP of Tenno on the map. This must not do a lot of damage because I didn't even know Angst did this until I read the wiki. So Angst is a sad little Acolyte. He's probably the weakest Acolyte. Just because the abilities are kind of meh, and he only has melee attacks. So, yeah. So Sonic Scream slowly drains HP of Tenno on the map. And then Teleport. Similar to Ash's Teleport. So that's what Angst does. So yeah, we'll poke him with a stick, and we'll see if we can get him to do Sonic Scream, which I'm going to have to really look for, because I've never even noticed that before, and then Teleport. So, okay, let's start here. So, here we go with Angst whipping the crap out of me with whatever that was. What was it? Hysteria Claws? So, let's see if there is a teleport involved. You want to teleport me? And as far as like a HP drain, I don't know. Let me see if I go to like a part of the map where there's no enemies and see if I see my HP ticking. I don't see my HP ticking. I have a lot of HP regen on Anaros, but I don't even see it like going down by 1 point. So I don't know. I just saw him teleport though. Did you see that? Did you see the teleport? He teleported. So yeah, that's pretty much it for Valkyr. He just teleported to me again. Just a sad little guy, sad little Acolyte, probably the weakest of all the Acolytes. So let's put him out of his misery here. Alrighty, And I will see you guys on the next Acolyte we find in the wild. Wow. Amazing, Salt. Amazing. What a legend among men. How do you keep the women from tearing you apart, Salt? So yeah, that was Angst. What a sad sack of shit of a Acolyte that is. Probably at about the same danger level as your basic Corpus crewman. So we have another transmission coming in from Salt out in the field. That was really quick. Not surprising from Salt, of course. So we're going to go ahead and switch on over to him. All right. Hey, guys. Salt here again. Going through my Pokédex. We have a wild Malice in front of us here. As far as my Pokédex goes, it looks like Malice is the love child of Mag and Frost. Well, I guess he just has Frost appearances, but is mostly a Mag. So, Malice is extremely dangerous for one reason, but we'll go over all this stuff first. So for a weapon, Malice is going to use Opticore and a Heat Dagger, so he can shoot and he can melee. He can summon, for his abilities, he can summon Nemesis drones, which are those like little drones that you see sometimes in Index. They can do different things. They could like shoot you. I think they can do like a suicide attack into you. I don't notice them a lot. I think they're very weak and I think they die very easily. So I actually don't really usually notice the Nemesis drones on Malice. Now the other ability is the big whammy. This is the one that is going to kill players that don't really know about Acolytes too much. If you ever just randomly die on Steelpath, it's probably because of this dude. So he's going to cast Magnetize on you. So he's going to put a mag bubble on you. And when you have the mag bubble on yourself, you are, if you try to shoot, you will do damage to yourself. And because weapons in this game can do ridiculous amounts of damage, you'll straight up crit your pants and you will just down yourself. So if the mag bubble is on you, you have to be very careful. Also, allies can kill you. Or if an ally is down and you go for a revive and you try to shoot or someone shoots into the mag bubble, you can still down yourself, even though the mag bubble wasn't technically on you. Now, there's different things you can do to drop the mag bubble or to just eliminate it. Like you can melee instead of shooting, and that'll be safe as well. But you should drop the mag bubble. So let's go into the game and poke Malice with a stick and get him to... We'll try to get him to summon some Nemesis drones. I've actually never really even noticed that, but we'll try to get him to summon those Nemesis drones, and then we'll try to do the Magnetize. Well, he always casts Magnetize. That's going to be easy. All right, let's poke him with a stick here. So we got Malice right in front of us here. Look at that. You see that like weird thingy on me? That's going to be him trying to cast that mag bubble on me. It's very hard to see. If I roll, I'm going to drop the mag bubble. Oh my goodness, look how light colored that is. You could barely see that friggin' mag bubble. And that's another reason why it's so dangerous. It's so hard to even tell the mag bubble's on you. I think, my graphics aren't set at the best. My graphics are like very like low to mid tier. Maybe if you have high graphics, it's easier to see. I think he's about to cast it on me again. Yep. So you see that like weird visual effect? That's one way you can kind of tell it's on you. And it also makes a noise. Maybe if I shut my mouth, you might be able to hear it. Maybe. It's a very low noise. But yeah, roll and you drop it. So now it's safe. But if I was to run back into that mag bubble, I think the mag bubble disappeared. But like, let's say it was still here. If I was to run into the mag bubble and try to shoot, I would still down myself. So be very careful with that. Let's let him put that mag bubble on me again, just to show it one more time, because that's the most dangerous thing with it, with Malice. He is the destroyer of new players, the absolute destroyer of new players. So I rolled. I leave the mag bubble right here. And, now it's safe. But, that's the mag bubble right there. Very hard to see. I don't know if it's going to come through very well on the video. But it is very dangerous because of that, too. Now, let's look for those Nemesis drones. I've never actually really even noticed the hell. Oh, yeah, look, there's one right there. A little Nemesis drone. That's adorable. Oh, my goodness, he's got little pets. I want one of those Nemesis drones. Yeah. Okay, okay, the final thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how easy it is to crit your pants on Malice. So I'm going to let him put the bubble on me, and I'm going to crit my pants. And as soon as I down myself, he will go away, though, because he's probably going to be disgusted with me. All right, where's the bubble? Put it on me. Put it on me, Malice. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. There we go. There we go. Oh my goodness, I crit my pants so much there. So yeah, that's what Malice does. I'm a little sandboy now. So I'll see you guys on the next Pal World Pal. All right. Oh yeah, you like that, Crewman Bill? You like that? Oh, we're back here. So yeah, that was Malice. Malice is probably one of the most dangerous acolytes, especially when you don't know what's going on. He is probably like the prime candidate to kill new players in maps. When Malice spawns, just remember he can only put one mag bubble on you and your team. So when he spawns, stop shooting, figure out who has the mag bubble on them. If it's you, just roll and drop it. Or if it's an ally, just make sure you're not like right next to that ally. And yeah, and then just go from there. So yeah, that was Malice. We have another transmission coming from Salt out in the field. We're going to go ahead and switch over to him here. Hey guys, Salt here again. So we've encountered a Wild Violence. Violence is going to be the love child of Banshee and Frost. For weapons, Violence is going to fight with 2 melee weapons, one in each hand. It's going to be a Destreza in one hand and a Venka Claw in the other hand. And Violence is going to have a higher than normal chance to produce slashes on you. For abilities, the Violence is going to have Ice Wave, a Frost ability. It's like a directional damage ability. Slash Dash, an Excalibur ability. So actually, Violence is more of a love child of Banshee, Frost, and Excalibur. Banshee, you naughty girl. Slash Dash is like, a melee ability where they're invulnerable while he's slash dashing. And then Violence's third ability, and probably the most dangerous, is Silence. And it's going to be a 20-meter radius for Silence, and it's going to shut off your abilities. So for some Warframes, Violence isn't too bad, and for other Warframes, Violence is like the most dangerous acolyte. So for setup frames like Titania and Avara, Violence is horrible. You see a Violence spawn, and if you're on a multiplayer game where other people can deal with Violence, you just start running away, screaming on the top of your lungs. And you just let your teammates deal with it. But for other Warframes that don't really have abilities to shut off, or if they don't really care about getting their abilities shut off, Violence isn't too bad. But for certain Warframes, especially setup frames, Violence is horrible. So, okay, let's go ahead and poke Violence with a stick and try to get him to cast Ice Wave, Slash Dash, and Silence. And also, we'll see if he produces a good amount of slash procs on us with his melee weapon as well. Okay, let's let him. I think that was that Slash Dash right there? I look like it. Let's let him whack us a bit. Yeah, I have a bunch of slash procs on me. Okay, so that was definitely a little bit unique compared to the other acolytes there. So he can easily give you slash procs. So I did see him slash dash, although it's maybe not the exact same as Excalibur's. It was a little bit more. Maybe it's because it's just me. Maybe if I had allies, he'd be like dashing between all of us. So okay, so let's watch him cast Ice. Actually, that's Ice Wave right there. It's red. Okay, it's a red Ice Wave, and it's like a single line. It's a single line, so it's not like a super wide Ice Wave. Let it actually hit me and see if it like gives me a cold status effect. Oh, it didn't hit me that time. Let me like go down a narrow hallway. Ice Wave me. All right, well, I'm not getting a cold status effect. I wonder if that ice... Oh, there it was. It's so narrow. It's so narrow. I don't know if it's actually even hit me this entire time. You need some range, brother. You need some range on that Ice Wave. Yeah, it's not hitting me. He's very inaccurate with that Ice Wave. So I don't know if it actually produces cold effect. I mean, I am moving a little bit slower. Maybe it does, and it's just not showing up in my debuff. And then Silence, of course. So I have Eclipse on my one. Let me go ahead and put it on. So if you can see it has a 23-second duration. Let's see if he shuts it off if I go closer to him. Yep, he just shut it off. Okay, so that's Silence, of course. So, okay, that's pretty much everything with Violence. Let's put him out of his misery here. And, yeah, and then we'll continue on. Let me get some headshot kills to get some red crits. There we go. Okay. All right, I'll see you guys on the next Acolyte. Wow, great job once again, Salt. You're amazing. So yeah, violence is, once you learn how to deal with Malice, and you understand how to kind of counter Malice in his mag bubble, violence is probably the strongest Acolyte. Just because he does shut your abilities off, which sucks for most Warframes, and for certain Warframes, it is extremely dangerous. Again, probably setup Warframes like Titania, Avara. There's a few other setup Warframes, but I'm most familiar with those two. So yeah, that was violence there. We're getting another transmission from Salt out in the field. So we're going to go ahead and switch over to him here. Hey guys, Salt here again. We've just encountered a wild Torment. Torment is going to be the Hydroid Acolyte. For a weapon, Torment's going to use the AK Vasto. It's like dual revolvers. And for abilities, he's going to use 2 of Hydroid's abilities. So Tempest Barrage, which is kind of like an AoE damage area that he'll put down. It's hard to see. I play with like low to mid graphics, and maybe at higher graphics it'll be easier to see. But it's kind of like an area where there's like rain or like water falling. And it's going to do some damage. Tidal Surge is the other ability he's going to use. This is going to be pretty obvious when he does this. So he's going to turn into a wave. He becomes invulnerable, and he's going to charge you, and he usually ends up behind you, which is quite annoying because you'll be trying to shoot him, and all of a sudden he'll be behind you. Or he becomes invulnerable, and it's just annoying because you have to go through those invulnerability phases. The other thing to consider with Torment is that if you are a Gloom user, Torment can be very annoying because you're going to have to keep turning your Gloom on and off. Because if you keep it on when he goes through those invulnerability phases, it's going to take forever for him to finally like finish it and then come out of his puddle where you can actually do damage. So you're going to have to keep turning like Gloom like on and off every time you fight Torment. So it can be very annoying. So, okay, let's poke him with a stick and have him cast Tempest Barrage and Tidal Surge, and yeah, we'll see how Torment is. All right, so you can see he's got the 2 little revolvers, the AK Vasto there. He's going to be trying to shoot me with. I think you can see. Let me see if I saw him cast Tempest Barrage for a second there, but then it disappeared. I think the duration went away. So let me see. If he'll, you saw him as a wave there. So he turns into a wave pretty frequently. So let's let him turn into a wave. He's gonna go and he goes behind me. See that? So he can be annoying because he'll show up behind you after he goes into a wave. Let me kill that Jade Eximus because he is going to do a crap load of damage to me wherever he is. Come on, Jade Eximus, you're ruining this. I don't even know where you are. There we go. Okay. So also, if you notice, Tidal Surge is actually putting corrosive on me as well, and it's just because that's like the new thing it does. I think it's new. I can't remember. So if you notice in the top right, I have corrosive stacks on me from Tidal Surge. It's actually hard to see where the Tidal Surge is. That might just be my graphics thing. Maybe it'll be easier for you to see. But yeah, it's like an AoE area. And then you saw him turning into a wave. So I think we know what Torment does now. So let me put him out of his misery here. There we go. All right. And I will see you guys on the next Acolyte. This damn Jade Eximus. Okay. Wow, Salt, you really are the most skillful and handsome player in all of Warframe. So yeah, that was Torment right there. Good old Puddle Boy. I couldn't remember, because they reworked Hydroid about a year ago. I couldn't remember if Corrosive was always on that one attack, or if it was a new thing that was added. So yeah, just let me know in the comments. I couldn't remember that. But yeah, we have the final transmission coming in from Salt. That must be Misery. Misery is the last Acolyte we have here. So let's go over to Salt in the field, and let's see how he's doing with Misery. Hey guys, it's Salt again. Okay, so we've just encountered a wild Misery. He seems to be the least known of all the Acolytes. So the wiki actually has like piss poor information on Misery. I have kind of information from just my time playing, but I'm not really 100% on that either, because I wasn't really specifically looking for things at the time. So maybe we'll learn some things as I'm doing this. So Misery is going to be the Necros Acolyte. The weapon he's going to fight with is the Ether Reaper. It's a melee weapon. And the abilities he does is not really known. It doesn't say anything on the wiki. I'm going to assume that it's Shadows of the Dead. From my playtime, I believe he cast Shadows of the Dead from Necros. And there is information on forums that say that he will cast those shadows at 33% damage done to him, and then he'll do it again at 66% damage done to him. That could be the way it works, but I have found over time fighting Misery that he actually gets more dangerous the longer you do Steelpath. So I think that he actually is going to require other acolytes to die first before he can summon them. But I don't know. I guess we'll see here. Again, I've played a lot, and I think that's how it works, but I haven't actually specifically looked. It could just be that maybe in early Steelpath, he just dies so quickly that I don't even notice the acolytes. So let's see. Let's poke him with a stick. Try to get him cast abilities here. See, he has that Ether Reaper. It's like a little axe that he's got. Oh, he does. He has 2 Void Shades. Okay, so he did cast Void Shades, and he's at 100%. So let's kill these Void Shades. Let's see if he casts them again. Oh yeah, he casted 2 more Void Shades. Okay, so these aren't acolytes. He's not summoning acolytes. He's summoning these little doo-doo guys here. So maybe the acolytes do have to die. I don't know. We'll see. Let's get him down a little bit and see if he does that like 33% thing. I think that's 33-ish%. Let's see what he summons next here. There's still Void Shades. Okay, Void Shade. Let's try to get him to Void Shades. Okay, so he's not summoning any acolytes yet. Let's get him down to 66-ish%, like they were saying on the forums. Let me kill that Jade Eximus because he's going to hurt. Even on a Naros, Jade Eximus is hurt. Okay, so he should be at about 66-ish%. I'm still only seeing Void Shades. Let me kill these little Void Shades and see if he summons acolytes. Alright, he's still summoning Void Shades. So I think the 33 and 66% health thing is wrong. I think he just always summons dudes. But, so I didn't know that. So he does just always summon dudes. But I think for him to actually summon other dead acolytes, he's going to need to have those acolytes die. And that's why he gets more dangerous the further you are in Steelpath. Like when Violence has died, he could summon the Shadow of Violence, which is like a little baby Violence that does Violence-type activities. Things like that. So, yeah, that's Misery. That's what he does. He's the Necros Acolyte. So I don't think he's going to summon any acolytes here. He's just going to keep summoning those little, like, infested shade-looking dudes. All right, let's finish him off here. Wherever he is, I'm just going to spray. Well, there we go. Okay. Okay, I'll see you guys on the next Digimon we find. All right, bye. And that was the last Acolyte, Misery. Now, Misery has the least amount of information about him. The wiki is pretty much like devoid of any information, and so you kind of have to like lurk in dark forums from like 6 years ago to find like half-truths and try to like piece them together to see what the hell is actually going on with Misery. So if anyone knows more definitive information, like for sure, please let us know in the comment section there. I did do another run. I didn't record this run, but I did do another run where I spent longer in a mission. And it was 25 minutes in, and we had killed every Acolyte except for Violence, and Misery came out, and he still wasn't spawning Acolytes. But I know, like, I do Steelpath Endurance all the time. And I know that, like, way later on, like 45 minutes to an hour in, when he comes out, you're always seeing, like, shade of Violence, shade of this Acolyte, shade of that Acolyte. So I don't know if there's maybe, like, a time, like, maybe there's a bar that you have to reach, like a time gate, where he's allowed to start summoning Acolytes, or maybe it's random. I'm not really sure on that. So, yeah, if you have definitive information on that, please just let us know. But that's the Acolyte guide. I think it was a super good suggestion from you, Toxic Sneeze. Thank you so much for that. Some of these Acolyte abilities, you don't really even know that these dudes do it until you kind of, like, stop and smell the roses. You stop, You kind of watch them, and then you can see things. Like, I had no idea Malice summoned those little Nemesis drones until I actually looked at it on the wiki, and then during gameplay, I kind of just stopped, and I looked around, and I saw these little Nemesis drones going on. So, yeah, it was, even for me, it was very informational. So, I hope you guys like this. Remember, too, one more thing. If you want to spend those steel essences that you're getting from killing the acolytes, make sure you're going to Teshin. So go to any relay Teshin is in. So go to a relay, and you can fast travel right to Teshin. And one of his options in his dialogue is to look at his store, and that's where you spend your steel essence. So you can get a bunch of stuff. There's like cosmetics, there's Kuva, there's mods, there's all kinds of stuff. And then there's 2 items that are a weekly one-time purchase. One always stays the same. It's a Riven Cipher, and one is on a rotation. So, okay, if you liked the video, consider giving it a like. If you haven't subbed yet, consider subbing or tell me what I can do to earn your sub. And thanks for watching, guys. I hope you guys have a great day. All right, bye.